And I think it's not just books, to be honest. It's literally any kind of culture, bro. Like music,
Yeah,
I think is a really big one. Like if you listen like to Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly, bro,
Ooh.
or like you see a perspective on life from his music, then he's just giving it to you and you can understand. And I like that's one of the like you can empathize and understand the world that he lived in. Like Good Kid, Man, see another one, you can understand the world that he lived in and how what he grew up in. And that's like you said, although it's like small scale, you can never really know what it is to live there. That gives you like a little insight, and then like it helps you empathize with them
correct.
and truly understand that different kind of perspective.
Another person that I don't know why he's not more popular right now because his lyrics were so powerful. But Tupac, have you ever read some of Tupac's lyrics? I
Yeah.
mean, the guy,
Poetry.
the guy was it was poetry. It was literature. It was. I mean, he was talking about facts that he was living through. I mean, I don't understand how his music isn't all over the place because, like, one, it's just good music. I mean, we can all agree on that, right? But
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
the message behind it was important. Like take those songs, print out those lyrics, put it in a pamphlet, and hand those out and have people read that. And I mean, his words. I mean, I still listen to him a lot, and I mean, he's just what he said is so powerful. I mean, I've enjoyed just
I
all
think
his
I think
messages.
it's funny you say that because I don't know where about maybe what the people around you, but I actually know a lot of people that listen to Tupac where we come from. Like I literally there was a teacher in one of my school in the school that we went to that printed out Tupac like lyrics and
Yeah, that's
gave it to
awesome.
students to break it
Awesome.
down. Like you
That's
know how
true.
they do
Yeah.
with poetry, they give you Robert Frost, they gave you Tupac. He's a poet too. And like that in my school they actually gave that out to the students.
But I also think like with the genre hip hop, it's a thing where like it's not like, you know, like rock and roll, like you kind of like people when like you're trying to dive into it, like people tell you to listen to like, you know, the like the Beatles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like the early stages of it because you want to learn the history of rock and roll to know where it's from. But I think hip hop is like a thing where it's like I think the reason why Tupac is like dying down, like you're saying, is because the generation that's listening to music now is younger. So they grew up on like Little Uzi, they grew up on like Cole,
Mm.
Kendrick, you know what I mean?
I
And
mean,
it's kind of like a
they're still
thing where,
spreading the message too, though. There's still
yeah,
some
yeah,
people
No,
spreading the
totally,
message.
100%. Yeah, and I mean, it probably doesn't help that that he was murdered way too soon, so he's not here with us to kind of one make more music or two to talk about it himself. To
yeah.
where, you know what I mean? He's with us through his music pretty much only now, which doesn't help matters. But you're right. I mean, there's still people that are thankfully at least kind of doing what he did, which was you're not just making music with hooks. You're not just making music with beats. You're not saying the same thing over again, talking about money. Like it's nice to have these people that are actually putting thoughtful, well thought out, meaningful lyrics into their music.
Yeah.
What I
So
think
like,
is cool too, like that album I was talking about before, To Pimp a Butterfly. At the end of it, like it's funny you say Tupac. The end of it, the last song, Mortal Man, literally has like an unreleased interview, and
dude,
Kendrick's basically talking to Tupac, and Tupac's talking back to him. And like, bro, it's like chilling to listen to that shit. Like, I
Well,
don't. It's a 12-minute song, but like every time it comes on, I listen to the whole thing because it's just that powerful, bro.
only Kendrick Lamar can get
Crazy,
an
bro.
unreleased interview, bro. And just yo, I'm telling you, like that man is oh man, like when I tell you he's in my top 3, top 2, probably number 1. When I tell you like I could listen to that man's music every day and every day I could listen to the same song and I'm gonna learn something new every single time. It's crazy. And like like I have listened to Tupac, yes, but I feel like I have to dive into it a little more, just because I'm a little younger, and I feel like that Kendrick, Kanye,
That's what we grew up on for sure.
that's the kind of stuff that when I started listening to hip hop and really engaging with it, those were the people that were in light. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying like I think it's like a generational thing. That's why like Tupac is kind of dying down, even though he is probably the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically, with the beats, with just everything. The music was awesome. It's just the thing where like,
Bro, but he literally only made like 2 albums, bro, and then he got killed, bro. Like that's literally how
I
quick
thought it
he
was
got
like
taken
I
away.
thought it was like 3.
It was like
he had a bunch of music that was unreleased. So like, you know, after his death, he still came out with I think it was a couple of albums that was all just post-mortem that was just music he'd already made. I mean the guy was making so much music, like it was crazy. And so when he passed, like they just released it all because they just wanted to keep, you know what I mean, keep his image,
message
you know what
going
I mean?
and everything.
Yeah.
I think that's what's sad, like, because because he was up there, right? But the potential he had and like the influence he had could have, like, imagine if he was alive, could have skyrocketed. You know what I mean? He could have been something even more, and we could never know because obviously he's not with us. It's like a thing like with like XXXTentacion, right? Like he's like to this day, like music's still coming out of him. Of him, like, you know, albums and stuff, but it's weird because like you'll never know the perspectives that like a Tupac would have in a Black Lives Matter movement now.
Yeah, like if he was still alive, bro.
I know. Yeah.
You know, and
I
or
know.
like
It's like the gift too, like the gift to be able to put like your perspective into music. It's literally a gift because you can when you're listening to a melody, it sticks, bro. It sticks so much more when you're listening to it through song than if you're just reading it off a piece of paper. At least that's how I feel. So
I mean,
imagine,
yeah.
and like the skill that he had to be able to put all his perspective into songs, bro. It's crazy. Like not a lot of people have that skill, bro.
I mean, music's always been used for message and pushing messages and talking about things for years. I mean, think about like blues. You know what I mean?
True.
Like I'm sorry. There's only one area where true blues comes from. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't replicate blues.
Yeah.
Blues comes from a place of just sheer pain that goes beyond just oppression. One generation. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, you'll never be able to replicate what blues is and where it came from and what it means and how it feels.
Even before that, wasn't like the singing in the fields and everything like that too, like like slaves making songs.
Exactly.
Like they were just singing their pain out.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll never replicate that. Like there'll become maybe things that are close or things that make you have the feels and makes you understand things in a different way, but nothing will ever come close like that. And so it's just it's another tool. It's another tool that can be used to help enlighten people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think artists now, like I think like you know, I will listen to like the new generation music. You know, I like it. It's catchy, whatever. But I also think like I don't know if like artists understand the value that they have for a person when all they're talking about is drugs and money and girls or whatever they're talking about. You know what I mean? And it comes to like a thing where like someone like, I don't know, like I have a little brother, right? My little brother's listening to this music and he's like, oh man, like Lil Pump is, you know, doing all these drugs. Yo, like that's the cool thing to do. And that's what I don't know if they notice, but that's the thing that they're like essentially influencing the world. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're always going to have those types of people that, you know, want to sing or rap or, you know, make music regarding things of that nature. But then you're going to have people like Run the Jewels. Have you heard Run the Jewels?
Yeah.
No, I'm
never heard Run the Jewels, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna write that down.
It's a group. It's people too, bro.
So they're doing good work with some messages in their music as well, man. Because they're about pushing those good values and trying to send the right message, and it's super powerful music, and it's what people need.
I'm definitely gonna listen to that.
They dropped an album this year, bro. Listen to that shit.
Nah,
even though I've never listened to it, but I listened to their previous shit.
Dude, they have a song on there that like talks about like getting choked to death by a police officer. Like it's in the album that they made like a year ago, and they pushed it and released it like earlier than they were normally going to do it because it's so relevant that they're like, we gotta get this out here so people can use it.
Crazy.
Like I think that's what I'm saying. Like the power of music is like,
you know what's crazy, bro? Is that music literally I'm pretty sure that's like the first things that people did like to communicate with each other. Like when, you know, cavemen, they started making music and shit like that, right? Like back in like the beginning of humankind, and that's what started getting people into, you know, learning shit, like making tones with other shit. I don't know if that's true. Is that true? I don't know if you've endeavored into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean like music and all that stuff has been around for since the beginning of time, especially like with like painting and like the big thing was like communication. That was big. But yeah, but like, I mean, music is so powerful. You know what I mean? Like, if we got to use it as a tool, it's really powerful because it's you can spread it easily and you can share it easily, and it brings important messages. It brings happiness. It brings sadness. I mean, it's all encompassing, and I mean, we've already seen it. We've already seen it being used efficiently and accurately and well done recently. We just got to just lean into that and do it even more, and it's gonna happen. It just takes time. Nothing's gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's gonna take patience. It's gonna take persistence, but we'll get there. It's just gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, I also think like oh man, like music has been like, this is what I'm saying. Like like the platform that these artists have. Like I don't know if they understand how big that platform is, because like the music has, like, I've been going through like some rough times, right, mentally, where I'm just like, man, like all depressed, and listening to like, I don't know, like a Childish Gambino with the beats, or like listening to like a Kanye, what, good morning, something, you know what I mean, that like cheered me up and it made me like feel better. And I that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's probably one, I don't say it's the most important thing, but it's probably one of the most important things in this world. And I think with great messaging, you could get those like true messages across for future generations to prosper. In my opinion, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like, I mean, music is a shared thing, right?
Yeah.
You share it with people. You share it with people that you're close to. You can share it with people that you don't know with. Like, I mean, it's a medium that can be used for really good things if used properly. And I mean, everybody enjoys it. I mean, who doesn't like music? You know what I mean? I mean, it's been used in that manner forever.
Yeah, I think I've never heard that. Like, I hate music.
I know. Yeah, come on.
I used to say that, bro. I used to say that. I don't know why I didn't like music like that, but now.
Well, okay, you were just listening to the wrong music.
Yeah, you were listening, you know, Taylor Swift on the radio, bro.
That's literally what I was
listening to. That's pretty good too. That's all right. That's not bad.